Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into Sun's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, it's time for my April TBR. Can you already see the madness? Yeah, you can. You can, can't you? Um, let's just start, shall we? First off, my nightly reading to my son is The Underwild, Book 1, River of Spirits. We already started reading it. This is the bookmark that he made me in aftercare. We're already kind of in love with this book. Last night he didn't want to go to sleep when I was reading it to him. We're already kind of in love with this book. I know I'm personally in love with this book. Like, I love the direction it's going. So I'm really, really excited about this one. And look at those edges. I was able to pass that up. All right. Put that over there. All right, now we're going to start with my book club picks. So first up, for the LFG book club hosted by my bestie Jeff. I don't have the physical book. I'm actually waiting for the audiobook to come from the library. It is A Lady Before Duke by Alexis Hall. So that's first up on the list. For my virtual book club, Read with Sun's Workshop, we are reading Agnes Obel's Mystical Cat Shelter. I mean, this is my Fairy Loot Cozy Edition. Look how adorable it is. It's super cute. I'm literally only a chapter into the book. I did not get a whole lot of time to read on Sunday when I wanted to, but it's okay. Make it work. For the Fantasy Fanatics book club that I host at Barnes & Noble, Leviathan Waits. Yo, publishers, I need you to finish doing the series in these special collector's edition, because I have the first 3. And I really need to have a matching set. So I need y'all to get on it, okay? Look how pretty that is. Look at how pink those edges are. I mean, how far? I'm only 6 chapters in, but it's good. Like, it's good. I'm so excited. I only got to see The Expanse season 1. So next up, and of course, if you want to join all the book clubs, I will have information and links below, so don't even worry about that. My 30-page a day reads. So first, we're going to start with 1,000 Perfect Lies by Monica Murphy. I'm already, where am I? I'm already 100 pages into the book. So there we go. 30 pages a day. That's my read. Arc sent to me by Mayhem Books, alongside The Verdant Cage by Jess Lowry, also sent to me by Mayhem Books, right? Yeah. So thank you again, Mayhem Books, for these 2 pretty arcs. I like that one so far. It's very different from what I normally read. Really excited to read this one. Dystopian kind of horror thriller. Like, sign me up, please. All right. Now we have this lovely stack here. This is my weekly reads, because I read a book and of course some of these are going to be audiobooks. I promise you that's the only way I can wrap my head around this. I bought all these with the intention of physically reading them, but if you saw my wrap-up video, you know my book collection is a little unhinged at this point, so bear with me, okay? We've got Between These Broken Hearts. Yes, this is my Fairy Loot exclusive. This is one I'm definitely going to purely physical read. The Poisons We Drink, which was an arc sent to me by the publisher God knows how long ago. I think a year ago. Finally moving it up, finally reading it. So I know it's better late than sorry again. Better late than never, I suppose. This one I'm definitely going to try to physically read, but I already have the audiobook on my Everand account. 3 Shattered Souls. Considering the cliffhanger that book 2 left me on, I need to read this one, and I need to read it now. This is probably one I'm going to go back and forth between physically reading and audiobooking, because book 2, I could not read that one fast enough, honestly. Alright, another arc sent to me, A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. This is her obviously you can see it was an arc. Yes, over a year late, but better late than never. I'm gonna physically read that one. All right, Baptism of Fire. So all the Witcher books, my husband has all the Witcher books as Audible, so I try to start physically reading them, and then depending on the pacing, Blood of Elves and Time of Contempt wasn't really they weren't really doing it for me, so I ended up having to audiobook them just so that I could finish them. So we'll see how this one goes. All right, so I'm gonna do, let's see, I don't have the first book for this one. This was a art sent to me by the publisher, Champion of Fate. So I did find Champion of Fate on Hoopla, so I'm gonna audiobook that one. And then Warrior of Legend, I think I'm gonna audiobook this one too, depending on the tone. Kendra Blake, I do love her Through Dark Crown series, but her writing sometimes can be a little dense, right? And my goal is to read as much as possible, because as you can see, I have no space for books. I just don't, okay? I just don't. So, I enjoy reading. I do. Which is why the attempt is going to be made for many of these, but I'm not delusional. You know, the attempt to physically read many of them is there. This one, I'm definitely physically reading it. I haven't even looked to see if there is an audiobook version of it. Just look at the aesthetic. This is giving me 1980s high fantasy vibes, and I'm so here for it. Bought this purely based on the cover because this is gorgeous. And yes, I got the Waterstones one because look at those edges. I'm really excited about this one, and I just love the vibes from this cover. I love the aesthetic of this cover. This is one, haven't even looked to see if there's an audiobook version. Don't even care if there's an audiobook version. I'm physically reading this shit. Oh, another one that I'm physically reading. There's a lot of controversy with this book, and I've read what the controversy is. You know, I haven't done a deep dive to see if someone has uploaded the specific scene online, and I don't care to, because I want to read it and decipher it myself to be like, and give my, this was an arc sent to me by the publisher as well, by the way. They sent me a nice, pretty final proof, so thank you again, publisher. So I'm going to read this book, you know, very carefully, because I need to see what the hoopla is all about, you know? I need to dissect it and just dissect it and see, like, okay, is it being misconstrued, or is it definitely not suitable for young readers? Because I really like doing that. I mean, Kingdom of the Wicked, that's not for young readers. Not at all. By Carrie Maniscalco. That trilogy, I took it out of my young adult section at the Barnes Noble that I work at. And I moved it to adult because in book 2, first of all, there's an orgy in that scene. Like, and it's not like it's an explicit orgy. I don't know why the publisher thought, yeah, we'll totally leave this in young adult. Like, no. And in book 3, she gives him very graphic blowjob in the boat. That's all I'm going to say about that. Again, that's another one that should not be in young adult. So trust me when I say, as a young adult reader and as someone who has written young adult, there's an extent to how explicit you should be, because you have to remember, kids as young as like 12 and 13 are finally getting into that genre, and you have to be somewhat aware of what you're exposing them to. Yes, you know, TV media exposes them to all that shit, but reading it is a whole different medium, you know? It really is. So, because you have to use your imagination. Like, you have to visualize that stuff yourself. So, trust me when I tell you, I will be reading this one. I will be dissecting it. And yes, I will be doing a thorough review on it to see I might even use sticky notes for this book. We'll see. We shall see how deep, because I need to examine that a whole scene and why everything is so controversial. And I'm actually really surprised because Good Morning America made this the young adult book club pick. So that's a little surprising to me if that scene happens the way it online says it happens. So I need to read it, decipher it. Don't mind the chickens, they're neighborhood chickens. Don't ask me why. But I'm gonna read it, dissect it, and decipher it, and give you my very honest opinion on if it's being misconstrued or if it's being underplayed. Again, we're going back to The Witcher, Tower of Swallows. So again, I'm going to make the attempt to physically read this one, but if I can't do it, but want to hear the story, I'm definitely going to audiobook it for sure. And another Melissa de la Cruz. This was another arc sent to me by the publisher. Another young adult fantasy. So, Kingdom of Waves. That's the thing. You know, like I've read Melissa de la Cruz before, so the fact that people are saying she wrote this scene in Sibylline is shocking to me. So, we'll see what happens. But, again, Kingdom of Waves, so I guess this month's just going to be Melissa de la Cruz month. Obviously, I have to physically read this one because there is no audiobook that exists. This is an arc. This book does not come out until June. Lady of the Lake, again, Witcher. So the attempt will be made to physically read it. I'm probably going to end up audiobooking all of them, to be perfectly honest with you. Season of Storms. My apologies. So. I don't know when this book takes place in the timeline. If it's before he meets Cirilla and after Sword of Destiny, or if it's after all of that. Let me know in the comments if you know. But again, attempt will be made to physically read it. I'm probably going to audiobook it. And last but not least, as always, I will be reading Cardcaptor Sakura Volume 7 at the end of the month. So these are my collector's editions. You can see it's still wrapped. I'm only going to unwrap it I think when I read it. So I cannot wait to give these to my kids when they get older. So it's going to be great. But yeah, those are all of my books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Another 20. Another 20 book goal. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I have yet. That's not true. That's not true. There was a month, October. October, I did read 20 books. So, and then, you know, I kind of like, I've plateaued at like 15 books lately. I've been really tired. My allergies have been killing me. It kind of sucks. But, there we go. Another 20 book goal. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. And if you've read any of the books that I have listed or posted about in this video, let me know in the comments below. If you think I'm gonna love them, hate them, if, you know, you're looking forward to my honest reviews of them. So yeah, let me know. I hope you will all, thanks again for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with our book friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.